Hey guys, this is my 9th Python tutorial video and a continuation of my tutorial 8, which is creating a GUI or graphical user interface. This is part 2 of creating a GUI, and if you haven't watched part 1, I will explain briefly about what we have accomplished so far. Now, what is a GUI? Now, a GUI is a graphical user interface. Notice I'm using the hashtag so I don't create any complications with my program. Now, the thing is, with this program, I have continued from the Notepad++ version. But as you can see, I'm not using Notepad++. I'm using a different thing, and it's called idle. The idle code editor. Now, if you have downloaded Python and this is your first programming language, then you most likely have downloaded the idle code editor. I just downloaded Notepad++ for other reasons. But either or, these editors should work. Except the problem is Notepad++ did not work with this module here, Tkinter, for creating a GUI. So I'm forced to use the idle editor. So, now let's get on to the fun stuff. So, now that we've created our title, we assigned this geometry. So, root simply equals tk in this case. Now, what is tk? Well, it comes when you import this asterisk module. And tk pretty much creates a GUI window that can be displayed. So, if we do F5, okay, Python shell comes up. And then this thing, great. Yeah, so this thing comes up, LEEDnet, because it has the title and everything. Okay, so we'll just keep this little shell with us in the idle editor because it will serve us when we need to check our program for any form of mistake. Now, let's get on to some more GUI tips. So one thing that we can do in the GUI is create a label. Now we can set we can make something called a label. Now what is a label? According to idle, it's a widget that can display text and bitmaps. Now a text, it's essentially like putting text on a console. It's just like putting print. Now, before we can put any form of text, widget, any of the sort onto our window, we have to first make something called app. An app equals frame root. You need this, otherwise your program will not work correctly. Because, as you can see, in the label function, widget, you're going to have to use the app in the parentheses. Then comma, you can do text equals, and you can just put text. Subscribe to LEEDnet. Obviously, you can see it because label 1 equals label app text subscribe to LEEDnet. Now, I forgot to mention this. When you do app, you have to first set it onto the grid, which is essentially your window. Your grid is the window. And label 1, you have to put that onto the grid. So you do label1.grid. It's pretty simple. Now you can do this with other widgets like buttons. Now a label just simply displays displays text or bitmaps according to that, but this button thing can do more things. Like a button can do, it has an expanded range of functionality. So button 1 equals button app, text equals open menu 1. We'll just call it menu 1. And yeah, then we do button1.grid. we save that. Oh, save that. We run this. Okay, subscribe to LEEDnet. Okay, so this is our label. Hold on, let me just get this. So, LEEDnet is over here. And this is your title, this is your geometry, and this measures it in pixels. So, my computer is a 1920 by 1080 resolution, so it is going to appear. Then you have your button, and it doesn't really do anything yet. So, we can use this thing called a command function. And command, we can just set that to what else it can do. So, in the GUI, if you want to when you get a command, you first have to define it first. So we use this very important function called define, or def. So def menu. Then we print. Please select an option below. So yeah, it's pretty much going to do that, and we'll just hold off with then we'll just do an input. So it's essentially like keeping a program within a program, and I'm going to show you a few very, very, very cool things that you can do in idle with the Tkinter widget. So we'll save this, we'll run it. Okay, we're gonna need this shell right now. So Python, LEEDnet, subscribe to LEEDnet, open menu 1. Then this will tell the shell to please select an option below. Obviously, I didn't put any options yet because you can't see anything here. So, one other thing I have to mention to you. You have to define your commands, otherwise your buttons will not work. And if you put the command, you will get a traceback error if you did not correctly define your program. So, let's get on with some more things. How about, we can also make it as in like a countdown. As you can remember from one of my previous videos, video number 7. So, we can also make a calculator. And we can put all of the programs that we have created into a very, very easy to use GUI. So, as you can see here, we can also include the calculator. And actually, I'm going to tell you something. If you're making your GUI and you don't have you have something in mind, but you don't have the time to do to write the code, you can do this function. It's called dummy. I mean, you can just print like coming soon, because it's simply a dummy function. You really don't a dummy function is essentially like you're going to replace that someday. Then we put this one onto the grid, save it, F5. Okay. Then we have our GUI. See, it says coming soon. Then our program is finished. And yeah, that's pretty much it so far. And if you'd like to view some bonus content, please check out the link in the description box below. If you want to see a GUI that I have created, that's the link. And hopefully this will inspire you to create your own graphical user interface. I will be back with some more videos in coming days. Bye!